Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we are going to be doing a showcase for the brand new free-to-play Ocean Sun Yaoyorozu. Now, we are taking on the VE Tower, specifically the mixed stage first floor, and we are going to be trying out this new character to see just how good she can really be, because SR characters aren't really used in PvP, so we're not going to do a PvP showcase because that would be really hard to do, especially with teams reaching like 400,000 battle power nowadays and stuff like that. It'd just be ridiculously hard to do. So where SRs are really meant to shine currently in the game is VE Tower or PvE content. VE Tower is just the best type of PvE content we currently have in the game. Might be getting future better PvE content, but for now VE Tower is where it is at for doing these showcases. So for Yaoyorozu, what we're looking for is basically, can she do crits, can she do status ailments, can she do technical hits, things like that. And if she can do that stuff, then she could be very, very good. So I have set up this team here as a team with no crit memories. The reason I'm doing it with no crit memories is because instead I have equipped power memories and skill impact memories that are going to increase the overall team's power and skill impact, and I can do this because of Yaoyorozu's kit, which is kind of interesting. So basically we can make a really hard hitting team that gets a lot of crits, which is good for VE Tower and pretty interesting as long as you bring along one character that does status ailments, which is why I'm bringing along the Blue Fantasy Todoroki. On top of that, I'm also bringing the Blue Fantasy Todoroki because he also creates crit, so we should get a lot of built-in crit with having this Yaoyorozu and the Todoroki on the team, and it should be absolutely insane. We're bringing Ida for the additional attacks. It'll give the whole team additional attacks, which is going to give us even more crits and hopefully raise our score even more. So it should be kind of interesting to see how this free-to-play does. So before we hop into the showcase, before we hop into the mixed stage versus Dabi and Hawks, let's take a look at Yaoyorozu's kit and kind of go over it and go over why I'm doing what I'm doing. So her plus ultra move is called Splash Snipe. It deals 500% damage to a single opponent. This skill's critical hit rate increases by 30% when character speed is increased. Okay, that's awesome. We are increasing her speed with her action skill, so you don't need to equip a memory or an EX skill like that, but you could equip a EX skill if you wanted to that increases speed. This skill gains bullseye when the opponent's speed is decreased, okay? Both of her action skills will decrease the opponent's speed and increase her own speed. Splash Snipe is her first action skill. It deals 250% damage to a single opponent, decreases the opponent's speed by 20% for 3 turns, so there you go, and increases the character's skill impact by 30% when speed is increased. Increasing skill impact by 30% is insane. That's a lot of extra damage on top of the power memory we have on her. That's going to help her hit fairly hard for an SR character, hopefully. Her second action skill is Anticipation. It increases speed of all allies by 20% for 3 turns, lowers chance of getting burned for 3 turns, so that's good. Also increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% when used in a successfully executed skill chain. It is important to note that it says lowers chance of getting burned for 3 turns. That is really important for her auto skill, her second auto skill, which you'll see below, and increasing speed. So like, even though this increases speed and lowers chance of getting burned, like that might seem kind of subpar, but when you look at her other skills, like her other action skill says if her speed is increased, she's going to do more damage, or her same thing with her plus ultra. That's really good that she actually increases the speed. And then lowering chance of burning is really good too because of her second auto skill, which you'll see below. So her first auto skill is Plentiful Reserves, increases critical hit rate of all ally UA high class 1A characters by 10%. That is why we're bringing Todoroki and Ida along, because they're going to get an automatic 10% crit rate as soon as they enter the battle. Once per battle restores HP of all allies by 20% when HP is below 50%. That is also really good. And then Extensive Knowledge is her second auto skill. When character has a lower chance of burning, increases critical hit rate of all allies by 10% and critical skill impact by 20%. So basically, Yaoyorozu is going to give 20% crit and increase all allies skill impact by 20%. That is insane. That is really good. That's going to help all your allies hit harder, and it's also going to help you get the crits you want in VE Tower. So she is a situational character for VE Tower. You will have to run her with other characters that do status ailments and technical hits and things like that, but if you want a character who's going to give you crit and actually help your team hit hard enough to maybe clear a VE Tower in like 3 turns, this could potentially be your character, and it's really cool that this is a free-to-play character. Now let me explain the memory, at least for her, that I have on her. I have Just Watch Me. It is DX'd. It greatly lowers chance of getting burned. So instead of having to wait for her action skill, when we start battle, all of our allies are immediately going to have that 20% crit instead of just 10%, which is going to be awesome. That's going to be really, really good. And it also increases characters' power by 30% when HP is 50% or higher. So increasing power by 30% is also really good. And notice it says when HP is 50% or higher. Well, if Yaoyorozu drops below 50%, she automatically heals the whole team back up by 20%. So you'll be above 50% again. So that's also why this is actually a really, really good memory for her, surprisingly, as an SR memory. All right, so with all that said, let's go ahead and hop into the showcase. All right, so as we hop in here, I want to show you guys before we do anything, before we do any action skills, remember we don't have a single crit memory equipped to any of these characters, but they are already going to have a base crit of 20% at least from Yaoyorozu just being in the team, in the game, on the team. Okay, so if you look right here where it says critical hit rate up for Ida, it says that his current critical hit rate is 20%, increases character's critical hit rate by 20%. That 20% is purely from Yaoyorozu, so that is really good. That is a permanent buff from her auto skills. That's why it's appearing as a permanent buff right there, and it will stay. There's no turn duration or anything like that. It's not temporary, so that is really, really good. Okay, and then of course we have the critical hit rate up for Yaoyorozu as well. You can see hers is actually 32%. That's because she has some extra crit from her EX skills. And then it should be the same thing for Todoroki. Critical hit rate up by 35% because once again he has some from his EX skills. So overall really, really good. Okay, so we're going to use this action skill first for Yaoyorozu. Anticipation, it increases the speed of all the allies, which is not really important. Speed's not going to be important, but it's important for Yaoyorozu's other action skill and her plus ultra. And then lower chance of getting burned for 3 turns. Once again, important for maintaining that auto skill. However, we have a memory, so it doesn't really matter. And then also increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% when used in a successfully executed skill chain. This is really important. Increasing plus ultra of all allies is super good. And then also being used in a successfully executed skill chain is a technical hit, and you can use it at any point in the skill chain because it doesn't say second or later, so it's really, really good for your score, getting those technical hits. Then we're going to use Ida's move, which is a technical hit, will give us additional attacks. And then we are going to use Todoroki's Ice Fog to attack Dabi, and that is going to give us more critical hit, and it's another technical hit. That is 3 technical hits in 1 turn. That is really good. So Yaoyorozu already looking very good. All right, and we hit the crit right there without having a single crit memory, and we'll see how many crits we hit. And we hit all the crits in that turn without a single crit memory, and we're hitting for like 6,000 per auto with the SR Yaoyorozu. That is really good. That is phenomenal. All right, next we're going to use Splash Snipe. Deals 250% damage to a single opponent, decreases the opponent's speed by 20% for 3 turns. We need to do this in order to do our plus ultra. Increases character skill impact by 30% when speed is increased. Guess what? Our speed is increased. We are going to get that extra skill impact. Okay, so that is really good. Next, we're going to use this. Also decreases the opponent's defense. Actually, let's swap that. Let's decrease Hawks' defense. Let's do this for a freeze and see if we can't get a extra crit. Okay, so we'll do this. Defense down, 22,000. 31,000 from her action skill. She did more than Ida. She did more than Ida. Oh my gosh, that's insane. I do believe Ida and both Yaoyorozu are board 9. And as an SR character, for her to do more than Ida, oh my gosh, that is actually nuts. Not even that is insane. Okay. All right. So next we're going to do Ida's action skill here. We're going to do Todoroki's on Hawks, which is going to decrease his defense even more. And then we will do Yaoyorozu's, which is going to increase critical hit rate by 30% because their speed is increased, and it's also going to gain bullseye. Okay, so we want to do this on Hawks, and I'll show you guys just really quickly that her speed is still increased. It's increased for 1 more turn by 20%, which is going to help her hit just even harder. And then of course she still has crit rate up from Todoroki, which is 20%, and then her base critical hit rate up, where is it, of 97%. Increases critical hit rate by 97%. If we don't hit a crit, that's actually insane. And the reason that is so high right now is because Hawks and Dobby increase crit as well. But like a 97% crit rate, holy crap, man, that is insane. That is insane. All right, let's go ahead and do this turn. All right, defense down, 68,000, pretty good damage. 47,000 from Ida. I don't think I've ever seen him hit that hard without defense down. That's insane. So that's really, really good. All right, here we go. And that's actually not a bad plus ultra animation. 71,000 damage from an SR character. 70. Oh my, that was insane. That was actually insane. 71,000 damage from an SR character. Now, obviously, that's not a 3-turn clear like you would want ideally for this mixed stage V tower, but I think with a little bit of work, a few retries, you could potentially get there. You might need to get a character who could burn or bleed. I think that would probably help. So maybe if you ran Dobby or like Overhaul along with Yaoyorozu and Ida, oh my gosh, this could actually be an interesting team. It could work. Free to play Yaoyorozu, insane, especially with the technicals. That's so good. All right, so we're gonna save Ida's action skill. We'll go ahead and kill off Dobby here, and then we'll have both Ida's and Todoroki's action skill, assuming we don't die. Okay, so we have all these action skills. He should be more than dead. Hopefully we can get Yaoyorozu to finish him off. All right, crit rate up. All right, here we go. 37,000 with an action skill. Oh my gosh, it's actually insane. So that was still a 5-turn clear with Yaoyorozu on the team, and we had 33 crits, 10 technical hits. So you get the full, we got the full 10 technical hits. That's pretty good. With like, this team actually worked out pretty well. I think Yaoyorozu is going to be very situational, but for a free to play character, to give your team base 20% crit, to have a technical hit, to have increased skill impact when she has the speed affected, does she not look phenomenal? Does that damage not look phenomenal for a free to play character? That is actually insane. And I will just say, I know I might not have mentioned it earlier, this is a board 9 Yaoyorozu. She does have her advanced leveling done for her health and her power, but it's not done for her speed, so she could be even faster, and she could be stronger because now we have up to board 13. So this Yaoyorozu as a free-to-play SR character overall, I thought her kit looked a little bit weird at first, but I think she's just insane. I think she is actually one of the better free-to-plays we've gotten in a while. I think everything about this celebration I really have liked. I like the Uraraka, I like the Jiro, I like the memories. The only thing I really don't like is the free-to-play SR memory, which is just, it's kind of mediocre, but this free-to-play Yaoyorozu, absolutely amazing in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and if you guys would like to see a showcase on the Jiro or the Uraraka, make sure you go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I am still trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, guys, and here's the part where I'm gonna beg, because I can look at statistics and I see that 70%, literally 70% of the people who watch my videos do not subscribe. So please, if you're not subscribed, help me out. It would mean so much to me, and go down there, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.